Oh no, I forgot to save the game. Welcome to Lockdown Land, where the fun never starts. Planet Coaster, Cottlandby here, and what's that down there? Oh, it's litter. There's a lot of litter. I need to get a cleaner on that. I have an issue with staff at the moment, so I'm so busy building rides, I forget that the theme park is running. I really should kind of pause it and build the park and then open it, but I quite like having the people walking around and seeing that visitor number go up every time I build something new. You can see here there is kind of like an RMC hybrid thing I've started building. I started building that and then I realised I had about 5 other projects on the go, so I'm going to come back to that, but not for a while. Here is my rapids. So last time in the last video, this area here was all empty. Now the area behind here is much more extensive than what I thought. There's going to be another land over there. I'm going to start that next. Here we have the rapids. Now the rapids is kind of like the main ride within the land. Okay, so it's kind of taking up most of the space. Then I'm going to backfill it with shops and things. So this took me a while to build because I wanted it to be quite a long ride, and it's about 8 minutes in total to get round the whole rapids. I wanted it to be a well-themed ride. I've seen some of the examples that are out there of rapid rides, themed ones, and there's some nice stuff. But I wanted to make sure every inch of this was themed, so it was a very immersive experience. And really, I'm getting the hang of this game now, so I reckon I can do a really good job of theming this. So let's start off by doing some landscaping. Now, I was going to use like a pirate theme set for this, but I've decided not to. There's a lot of piratey stuff in it, obviously, and when you click on the filter by options, theme options, there's a lot of pirate stuff. However, I'm using the kind of sandstone building materials for this kind of pirate bay. So let's just hide this bridge here, because obviously we don't want to see any of the ride because it's themed. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? Yeah, nice little bridge. Kind of like a bridge. Yeah, there you go, just move that. Also, stuff like putting buildings together as whole buildings now, I'm really getting the hang of. So I would have originally before done this as 2 separate buildings. Now I'm just copying it, moving it, and I'm going to adapt it as I need to. It needs to be a little bit higher there, I think. Yes, there we go, very nice. And then maybe a little something under there. So the rapid carriages come up and over the guests and bushes. Let's put some bushes in, yes, just to hide all those little imperfections. Now that's a horrible looking support there, so let's get rid of that. It needs to be angled a little bit. Lovely jubbly, very nice. And let's put a door in there as well. Not a real door, obviously, don't go anywhere. Face plant yourself and walk in there. Alright, much later, and the theming continues, and I am going for it on the old bushes. Bush, bush, bush. Here a bush, there a bush, everywhere a bush, bush. Lots of rock work as well. I've spent a long time, more time than I choose to admit, doing rock work on this ride. It's incredible how detailed you can make these rides look. But we're going for all the jungle themey kind of stuff, and gonna make the queue lines look nice. There you go. Oh, look at that, beautiful, just fantastic, very nice indeed. And the more themey you put around the ride, the more people will come and enjoy it. So let's just put some bushes around there. This pirate ship's looking a bit bare at the moment. Very nice. So, obviously building this on GeForce Now. Nvidia sent me a questionnaire, email questionnaire the other day, and it said, why have you not yet upgraded to the premium, the founders, the premium service? Well, I've been trying for about a month to upgrade to the premium service, but they've got no slots left. So why they're now bothering to send out emails asking people why they haven't upgraded is beyond me. But they're also asking questions about income and who you live with and all that kind of thing. So they're clearly trying to figure out who's using this service and how much they can scalp them for at some point when they do get it all sorted out and get some server capacity. But I love it. I think it's brilliant. It's been a bit... It's caught me out a few times with the old 1 hour limit of time, as you saw at the beginning there. I've lost a little bit of game that didn't save. I think the game itself auto-saves about every 30 seconds, something like that. Actually, it can't auto-save every 30 seconds because I wouldn't have lost. I lost more than 30 seconds worth of game. I lost basically what I'm building now. This little shop unit all went, so probably about 10 minutes worth of game I think I probably lost as a result of the timeout, the 1 hour timeout. You'll see you get longer sessions on the premium service, but it doesn't say how long, so I'm not sure. But it's good, you know. Having to take that break makes you go to the toilet or have a drink or something, you know, good like that. It means you're not actually glued to the screen all day. I remember when I was a kid playing the original SimCity on an Amiga 500, and I started playing that about 6 o'clock at night, and next thing I knew it was like 8 AM, and I just played it all night. And you know, that game wasn't exactly the most, well, it wasn't like this, you know, it was quite a basic simulation compared to today's standards, but at the time it was groundbreaking. It was amazing, and I played that to death, literally. I would have probably have dehydrated or starved had I not had people around to come and poke me and say, you've been on this game now for nearly a day. But this game, you really could spend your whole life playing because there's that much in it. It's unbelievable. I haven't got all the packs yet, the DLCs. I'm about to go and get I think there's 2 left I haven't got. There's the Magnificent Rides one, the Vintage Rides one. I'm going to get the Vintage Rides one because it's on offer. It's about $4.89 on Steam. And then I'm probably going to get the other one, just even though there's probably nothing in it I actually want at the moment for this pack. I'm going to get it anyway. I'm going to have like an old-fashioned classics fairground somewhere in this pack. Because when I actually looked at the amount of land I've used, I've got loads of space left over. So I'm probably going to put some sort of classic ride fairground in, you know, candy floss machines, that kind of thing. And the other thing I haven't even looked at yet is the workshop, the Steam Workshop, or the Scene Maker's Toolkit, whatever that's called. I haven't had a chance. The main game is just so encompassing. I mean, look at all this rock work. That rock work looks hot, doesn't it? That is just some very nice hot work. Right, anyway, this is going to be the final scene, the finale scene of... No, that don't fit. Okay, we need to make more space. This is going to be the finale scene of the Rapids ride. You are going to go through a live Warzone fighty bit. So let's have some cannons, and let's have some explosions in the water. Love it. Let's put them under the water a little bit so you can't see them. There we go. Right, now we need some bangs, some explosions, where they actually do land some hits. So let's put them on the wall there. There's small little, the guests won't be able to see them. There you go. Bang, 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 bang. Right, now they need to be shooting back, don't they? So let's have a hit there. So a big cannon there. Water blaster to go with it. There you go. And then some cannons shooting. Ah, very nice. Now that cannon's just floating, isn't it? Now, although the guests can't see that cannon's just floating, every time I look at this ride, I'm gonna know that cannon's just floating. And OCD means that I have to now go and put a floor in for that cannon in the virtual world. There we go. That's enough. And just let it go in there. There we are. That's it. There we go, Mr. Cannon or Mrs. Cannon. Are you nice and comfy? Good. Right, there you go. Look at that. What an exciting scene on the ride. And you won't see it coming. I mean, you will, obviously, walking past the ride on the way to the queue. Oh, mind you, if you go on the other side, you won't. Look at that. It's massive, but it's taking shape. Okay, so, what do we want now? More rock work. I'm going to build a cave here. And our friend, the big purple squirty water monster from the original Dart ride I made at the beginning, over in the kind of tropical zone, which I think I'm going to retheme at some point. But I'm probably going to take the flat out of that and open that area up. And I don't know what I'm going to do with it, to be honest with you. There's another bit of land behind the spooky zone, which I may put an entrance, a back entrance into that first section, and then take the main entrance out so I can expand the main entrance. Because the main entrance at the minute is pretty underwhelming, to be honest with you. But I am doing a lot of work around that, which we'll come to in a later video. Not this one though, because this is part 1 of the rapids, and then the next video is part 2 of the rapids, and then I'll be on to the sci-fi style world behind us. And when we build that, there's going to be some really interesting transport rides that I'm going to use. So these kind of head choppers I'm putting in as you go inside the castle, as it were. These look great. You can just about get those in there. Merge them with the scenery. Very nice indeed. Looks good. Gently, gently. These kind of details, and seriously, you could continue to build and just go over and over and over. And every time I go back over this ride, I take another pass, add more detail, add a rock here, add some, bushes there, an effect here, an animatronic there. You can just build up the detail, and the detail on GeForce Now looks absolutely outstanding. I haven't really looked into that much what they're running on their server farm, but this game, I've seen some other videos online other YouTubers have done, and when you actually look at the quality of the game on their systems, when you get in close enough, it starts to get a bit blurry. There's a bit of blockiness. On this, there's nothing. Okay, they are running this hot on their servers, and it shows, because the level of detail when you do get in close, especially when you do the POVs with the guests, the detail's just outstanding. What a game this is! This is just an amazing game, and it's coming to consoles as well. They're porting it over to PS4, I think PS4, definitely Xbox. Don't know about the PS4, but no, there's definitely an Xbox version coming this spring. Okay, so part 2. Subscribe please, like please. Part 2 will be up soon. Come back and watch. Goodbye.